my first advice would be know your coins. Know your coins, your credits, your tokens, your gifts, whatever your platform uses, know it.
Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Keep my head up when I act, head up, that's a fact.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Orthea, and if you are new here, welcome. For all of my OGs, thank you so much for your continued love and support. Don't forget to smash that thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and do that right now. And hit the post notification bell if you already are subscribed and haven't done so yet. So for this video, I'm going to be doing a webcam model advice video. A couple days ago, I put up on my community tab on YouTube to basically a poll asking what would you prefer, like a Q&A or, webcam model advice. And those who voted, all of them voted advice. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give you my advice as it relates to being a cam model. But before I do so, please excuse the tone of my voice and everything. I'm not feeling so good because my sinuses is hitting me pretty hard. I'm wearing this cute little dress, but I have, because I'm doing this video and I have my lingerie set underneath it, so can't really show much of that. So yeah, I just put this cute little dress on for the video. As soon as I'm done, it's off because I gotta go to work. Yeah, so don't forget to check my community, because I post in my community now that I have that open and available to me. So guys, please check my community. If you have any questions that you would like to ask, that you don't want to book coaching or anything like that, go ahead and post your questions in the comment section down below. Post as many questions as you would like to ask. No matter how dumb you think the question is, there may be a gem that is hidden in between the lines of that question. So go ahead, post your question in the comment section down below this video, and I will get back to you on that. I will do a Q&A on that if you have questions that you would like to ask. Let me get rid of some of that light. So, okay. Advice number one. I didn't write any of this down. It's coming off the top of my head that I would give to anyone who just come up to me and ask me, like, what advice do you have to give? So my first advice would be know your coins. Know your coins, your credits, your tokens, your gifts, whatever your platform uses, know it. I always say know the rules and regulations of your platform. That's a very important one, because you don't want your platform, you don't want to get shut down on your platform, especially if it's a platform that could that could potentially make you a lot of money. So you need to know the rules and regulations, the policies of that platform. So you need to read through the policies of that platform in order to, make sure that you stay within the guidelines, you stay within your rights, and you keep your account open and active for whenever you want it to be used. So that would be my advice number one. I'm going to get back to the knowing credits, tokens, or whatever later. The next advice that I would have for you is to choose wisely when you're choosing a campsite to go with. Choose very wisely. And how you can do that is by doing your research. Now, doing research don't mean that you go around, well, yes, it's a part of it is asking other people what is their experience on campsites, because that's one of the best ways to figure out or find out what it is like on their campsite. But do remember that people will experience more success than others on different sites. So in doing your research, you can also sign up for those sites. Try them out for a week or two. I wouldn't say a week or two. I would say try it out for a month. If it's not looking like it's working for you, then bounce. Find another one. There's so many of them out there. A lot of people ask me what's the best site to use, and I'm like, listen, I only use one site, and that's I'm Live. That is not saying that I'm Live is the goal and gospel. I just happen to like I'm Live because of the benefits, because I feel secure on it, because, you know, I'm more familiar with it. If you get what I'm saying, if you get where I'm coming from. So that I prefer I'm Live for that reason, but it doesn't mean that I'm Live is the only site or it's the best site out there. You have girls who are killing it on Cam Soda and Bonga Cams and all those other cam sites. And it's all up to what you are comfortable with doing. I always say that in every single video. So do your research. Know what the site entails and offers you. Ask questions to who you can ask questions to. Not everyone will be open and honest with you and give you their honest review. A lot of people like to go and, you know, read reviews on Google. Now, while that is beneficial, it does have its disadvantage, because if I have some type of animosity towards that site and I feel like, I'm gonna bring this site down, whatever site it is, then they're gonna write something crappy, and then after I'm done writing something crappy, you go ahead, you read my review of this platform being crappy, and then you never try it, and then you miss out on a bag, right? So if a person feels jilted from their personal experience from a particular site, they're going to go ahead and they're going to put out a bad review. It doesn't necessarily mean that the site itself is bad. It means that maybe you need to give it a shot, especially if it's not going to cost you anything. And when I say anything, I don't mean just money. I mean time as well. It's not going to cost you a lot of time to check it out for yourself. It's going to cost you the same amount of time you took reading that, you know, that review. As long as it's not going to cost you financially, you know, to go ahead and try it out for yourself, I say go ahead and try it out. See what it has to offer. The next thing would be, I have one and it just slips me, because as I go along, it comes to me and it just slips me. But let's go to the most important one. The most important one, it would be, one of the most important ones would be know your tokens, know your money. Know your money. That's extremely important. You won't know what to charge or how to set your rates if you don't understand or know what your money is. Now, if you're on a token site, you need to know how much token is $1, so you can know how much exactly to charge in order to get to your goal at the end of the day. If you're on a credit site, you need to know how much credit equals to $1. For I'm Live, one credit is $1, so the credit amount equates to the dollar amount. So what you have to do after that is calculate, therefore then, your percentage. How much of that $1 will I be receiving? That way you can know how much to charge. Make sense so far? If you're on a token, if you're on a credit-based site, you need to know how much credit makes $1. How much coins, sorry, if you're on a coin-based site, you need to know how much coins makes $1. So, say for example, 20 coins equates to $1. How much percent of that 20 coins will I be getting? That's another thing you need to check out, right? Because even though 20 coins equates to $1, you could be getting like 75 cents or something. But then at least you know 20 coins is $1. Figure out how much percentage of that $1 you will be getting, and then you can adequately calculate how much you need to be charging for whatever type of show you're doing. Because every show that you're going to do is going to have a different cost or a different rate. Again, it depends on what site you're on. I'm talking for all sites across the board, so I'm being very general in my advice that I'm giving. Now, I'm not a full-blown expert. Nobody is a full-blown expert when it comes to camming. Everybody has different opinions, different point of views, and different, you know, advice that they would give. But I believe that the most important advice is to know your money, because at the end of the day, you're in it for the money. And if you're undercharging, and then you're going to be doing the most for nothing at all. And then you're going to be like, oh, but I did this and all I got. Boo, that's on you. You need to know your money. If it's a gift based site, you need to know how much, what gift is equates to what dollar amount is placed on that gift. So know your money. That's the most important advice that I could give to anyone, is to know your money. Um, Another advice that I would have to give is stick to your standards. If you decide that you're not comfortable doing something, don't let anyone um, persuade you into doing it or pressure you into doing something you're not comfortable doing at all. Because it makes no sense. It makes no sense for you to do something and then at the end of the day you feel worthless about it. No, you need to walk out of this feeling like, bitch, I just made some money. Like, you know, so whatever it is, don't let someone talk you or jilt you or guilt you or, you know, belittle you into doing something you know you within yourself is not comfortable doing. So um do do you, mama. If they don't want what you have to offer, then move to the next. Move to the next. There's some girl that offers that. Move to the next. To the left. To the left, to the left. So stick in your comfort zone. Stick where you're comfortable. Um and don't let anyone pressure you otherwise. Another thing is, don't get offended. Don't be easily offended when you're in a broadcast, in a stream, and you have multiple people there, and you decide to give your you know your rates as to how much you charge for what. Um, don't feel offended if somebody looks at you and say, "Well, you're not worth it." They're simply saying that they're broke and they're not worth making that amount of money, so they can't afford you. That's all that they're saying, because someone who can afford your rate will never say you're not worth it, because they know they be killing it. They be killing it in their, you know, and they know they it's like it's that's nothing to them. But someone who can afford it, someone who is broke, will tell you that you're not worth it. Don't let that play on your self-esteem, boo boo. Just know that they have a shitty ass, you know, lifestyle. Their pocket is thin as F, and they're trying to take out their insecurities on you. So, if someone comes in and say, "Oh, I can get this over here for 2 cents," then bye bye. Go ahead and get it for 2 cents. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate your review. Now, go where you can get it cheaper, because it makes no sense you sitting in my face, because I'm not gonna lower my rates. So don't let anyone cheat you, guilt you, try to persuade you, try to belittle you into doing things you're not comfortable with doing. Stick within your comfort zone. That's the beautiful thing about, you know, this line of work, is the fact that you make the decisions as to what you offer, what you're willing to give, how much of yourself you're willing to give and put out there. Another advice that I would give is have social media accounts that is strictly related to your camming. Have social media accounts that are strictly related to your camming. So if you already have an Instagram account, I wouldn't suggest you interrelate those or interlock those if you're the type of person who is trying to keep your, you know, your cam life separate from your personal life. Like, you got your mama on there, your whoever, and you don't want them seeing that. Then I would not suggest meshing those two. But if you don't have any sites, and if you don't have any social media, and then you need to get social media just for that purpose. And if you already have social media and you don't want to mix the two of them, then create a second social media platform specifically for your camming purpose. Now, the reason for that is, when you give your customers the feel or continue the illusion that they have access to you personally or away from the platform, then they more likely they are to come visit you once you're on platform. So that's how you will build return. That's one of the ways you will build return customers. You build return customers by keeping in contact with them. You know, hey, how you doing? I'm online today. Come check me out. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell you how much money I've made doing this exact thing by letting people know that, letting people that I met on the site. Hold on. Sorry about that. My nose is itching and running and okay. So, um, letting I can't tell you how much money I've made letting people know um when I'm on. Like once I'm done with this video and I'm gonna go live, I'm gonna message my people telling them, oh, come through, come see me. I don't do it every single day, no, because that would get tedious and annoying. But I'll probably do it um once every 2 weeks or so, or once a week. It depends on how my week is going. So if I'm having a really bad week, then I will message these people to come see me. But if my week is going and flowing really good, then there's no need for me to send them any messages. I just continue making my money, making new clients, making new connections, making new returning customers. So, and when you're doing this, you need to do it strategically, because most platforms do not like you taking people away from their sites. They want you bringing people to their sites. But what they don't understand is that it's like it's a win-lose situation, because I take people from all the sites that I work on. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I take people from all the sites that I work on. I do it very strategically, so I won't get found out. I don't give my information. They give me theirs. I don't outright ask for their information. If they feel comfortable enough with me and they ask me to, I tell them the rules of the site and then give them a little wink wink, so they know what that means. So they will send me their information, and then I will contact them from there using whatever social media platform that that I have available that they're using, and connect from there on out. Now, two things come of that. One is that you get a private customer that sends you the bulk of the money, so you won't be sharing any of your income with the site itself. So you can get your own little income on the side, and all that money comes to you. And the second thing that comes from it is when you're on whatever platform you met them on, you can message them and let them know that you're on right now. Come through, come lively up my broadcast. So two good things come from that for you as as a model, but it also benefits the company as well, because if this is somebody that they came through and they've been off the site for a month or two, then you brought them back. Basically, you just brought them back. But it's taboo for a lot of the sites to they consider it taboo for you to take people away from their platform. And it makes sense. I understand. They don't want to lose business. They don't want to lose customers. And not everybody is genuine with using it as a way to get them to always come back to their particular broadcast within that platform. A lot of people just try to milk that on the side and get what they can get out of it. I do both. That's the truth. So, and then you have people who prefers to ensure that you get all the money and not share it with a platform. And they will understand that you work these platforms, and they will still come and support you on these platforms as well. So that's one of the things. Create a type of personal relationship. I'm not saying give out your number. I'm saying use social media platforms such as Instagram to connect with these people. That way you can call, video chat with these people, message, and so on and so forth. Which in message back and forth is free. You don't have to respond to their messages all the time. They will understand. Trust me, especially if you built that connection with them, they will understand that not all the time you're going to be responding to their messages, and you don't need to be desperate in their inbox either. That's another thing. Never be desperate in your client's inbox. Once you start to be desperate, and once you start to get desperate, then in their heads, some of them are going to get annoyed with you, and then others are going to take advantage of you. So never ever come across as desperate when you are in these people's inbox. Never. Never. I've never been in somebody's inbox and be like, oh, I'm trying to get to cash out. Can you send me such and such? No, I will never do that. The most I will do is come through, support me. I'm on broadcast right now. It's pretty dead. Come through, support me. Come keep my company. You know? Or I'd be like, I let them request, you know, like a one-on-one private show, because some of them just want to talk to you face to face, and just you alone, and not have, you know, a crowd or an audience with them. And once they request that, then I tell them how much it is for my time to forever long to have this conversation. That's what I do where that part is concerned. I let them, you know, request to have like that one-on-one. I don't go ahead and push a one-on-one onto them, because at the end of the day, you want to gain and build friendships, and this is how you get support. Make them your friends, and that's how you will continuously get support from your clients, returning clients. Back to what I was saying, I will never tell them that I need X amount to get to cash out unless they ask me. If they ask me, then I'll be like, so how close are you to cash out now? I'll be like, okay, I need X amount to get to cash out. If they don't ask me, I'm not going to tell them, because I'm not trying to be desperate. I'm not trying to be taken advantage of, and I'm not trying to be treated as less than. So I don't ever do that. And I implore you not to ever do that. Another thing is, try not to be too rude with your clientele. Now, I'm not going to say that I don't get, you know, rude. I don't get boisterous. I don't get crazy. I don't get loud. I don't get I don't, no, that's not cute at all. I try to keep it as classy as possible. So if I'm gonna, you know, disrespect a person, I'm gonna disrespect them as classy as possible. And if I'm on broadcast and somebody comes through and somebody says something that I don't like, I either, one, I ignore it, or two, I acknowledge it and I respond to it in a calm but insulting way. So whatever energy they try to project onto me, I put it right back on them. And that helps two things. That helps, you know, satisfy me. And it also helps to keep your broadcast classy and tasteful, because if you're in your broadcast mouthing off to someone, then what's going to happen is that the other persons watching are going to be like, no. And you are potentially losing a bag. As well as people can be in there just laughing their ass off. They can be laughing their ass off at you, or they could be laughing their ass off at the client you telling off. You know, you don't know who they laughing at, but they be laughing at either one of you, and it's entertaining to them, and they just sit there and watch that, and you spent majority of your time arguing with someone who can't afford you in the first place, and you made no money. So you gave this person all your attention, and you made no money. So I wouldn't suggest, I suggest that if someone says something that you don't like, it's simple to block them, ignore it and block them, or respond to it nice and sweet, kick them out, block them, and continue with your broadcast, because you don't want to be losing money. And Don't let them get inside your head so much so that even when you have blocked them and got them out the room, you're still, complaining about it, whining, bitching, moaning about it. That's not a good look. That changes the tone of your broadcast and takes it away from making a bag to making zilch. So keep it as classy as you possibly can. Keep it as fun as you can. And don't do too much for nothing at all. Be comfortable and confident within yourself. I'm just trying to go through all of what I just went through. Know your coins, know your tokens, know your credits, know your gifts. And yeah, be safe. Oh yeah, and create social media platforms for your camming purposes. Create social media platforms for your camming or broadcasting purposes. So that's all the advice that I have to give to you guys for today. I hope it was helpful to all of you who wanted my advice. And if you have made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give me thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. Bye!